There's a lot of violence in American comic, which I understand because, well, I guess that's how they perceive fiction of comic book, like good and bad fighting. But to me, it's science fiction first and foremost. And there's no reason why Wonder Woman should be portrayed in like a very grim aspect. And I've tried to make it more almost Alice in Wonderland type visually, but also because Grant really arcs back to the 40s, and I've read all of those really crazy comics, and I've based a lot of my graphic decision on what the vibe I felt from those early books, which were fun. At the time, in the context of the movies at DC, which were all of them were kind of bleak and dark and a bit depressing, I felt like Wonder Woman, being the positive that she is, and being the reasonable, not macho forces of the DCU, should come about in a much more sunny and positive visual. And if you look at the book, especially the first few pages of Earth One, not the first scene, because the first scene is dark and grim, but as soon as we get into the real time, I'm using a lot of the white of the page almost, just to give like this very positive vibe. And I want to draw her smiling, you know. Last year, as we were talking about doing a second volume, we really thought for a moment there that we were entering an age of accomplishment, and feminism would thrive. We were like expecting Trump to lose, you know, which he represent almost a symbol of this old school misogyn figure, and like that Hillary would win would kind of prove that we are entering a new era. As it turned out, that didn't happen, but it sort of fueled our fictional view on the character and said, well, there's still a lot of work to do. And Wonder Woman is still, you know, she's perfect for the job. She was perfect in the 60s when she became this symbol of feminism, because she's much more than a character at DC. I mean, Batman is a character, but it's not the symbol of being an orphan. But Wonder Woman has this extra layer that not only she's a fictional character, but she has almost a responsibility and a role as a symbol for something. And so I think she's a good vehicle to talk about the role of the woman in today's world.